What prompted this amendment?
The council president had been reached out to by a resident who had gone to the zoning board and been turned down. When we looked at the bylaws, what we realized was that people were getting turned down because chickens are prohibited in R10 districts. So what we decided was to take a look at, is there a way to modernize our bylaws to allow chickens in the zones that they're not allowed in now with certain conditions?
Yeah, we've had two experiences in our neighborhood with sources of rodent activity. One of them was a chicken coop, and because the bylaws restricted it, we were able to report it, address it, have it removed. There really isn't space in those neighborhoods for those types of chicken coops.
What becomes very important would be things like the setbacks. Just because you're in an R10 doesn't necessarily mean you have a big enough yard. If you can't meet the setback requirements, you wouldn't be able to have the chicken coop. Would there be a benefit to the town to have those chicken coops licensed and as part of the licensing process to require that annual inspection?
I believe there would be, only because I now know where they are. Knowing where they are, especially when they don't have to necessarily put forth that they're putting one up, would be very helpful, especially in the state. If there's an outbreak of avian influenza or if there was a natural disaster, they can get the resources to help those people.
As the animal inspector, she is required to inspect those annually every year.
And that's a state requirement.
That is a state requirement. Yeah. So if you are adding additional ones, they will be required to be inspected.
Because I can't do, they wouldn't be the same. I have to do two separate inspections as an animal inspector and as an animal control officer for that permitting.
So then the licensing piece would help.
It would help her a lot.
The annual inspection would double your workload.
Yes. Yes. Well, if we have for that initial, especially that first, if I'm initially inspecting everyone for a license, I would then still have to go out and do a separate inspection.
Okay.
On that.
But the licensing would actually help you with your state mandated
Yes.
inspection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
The light bulb's kind of going off here. We obviously don't want to make a bylaw that's so restrictive that nobody can actually do the thing that we're trying to allow them to do. At the same time, we don't want to create so many loopholes that you guys are running around, pardon the expression, like chickens with your heads cut off. we want to, I had to do it. I had to slip that in there. So what I would like to propose is an amendment to the measure that would strike to remove the prohibition and special permit requirements and add a line referring to chickens after agriculture, parentheses, stock.
So moved.
So it will be a brand-new line.
All right, so moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion on that measure? On that motion?
I agree.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.